Hello YouTube people, in today's little video I will show you a watch from TopHill called TD007G. And before I begin this video I would like to say thank you to AliExpress for sponsoring my small YouTube channel. They gave me a budget which I was free to spend on any watches that I wanted for my videos. So I bought a bunch of watches. So AliExpress, thank you very much for buying me a bunch of very nice watches. This watch comes in this very nice looking packaging, so let me quickly show you. This box is very interesting because it opens up on a spring, like that. Look, it opens like that. So packaging, and by the way inside is soft. This is very interesting, this nice separator. Also signed glove which feels really nice, and we have a watch inside, so very nice packaging. The specifications, and as always I did all the measurements myself. The size of my wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. Now the watch itself of the bracelet weighs 75 grams. Diameter of the case is 39.8 millimeters. Diameter of the bezel is 40 millimeters. Lug to lug distance is 45.6, lug width 22 millimeters, and thickness 12.8. It's quite a lot. So 12.8, especially considering it's just a flat sapphire crystal on this watch. So yeah, it has sapphire crystal. Does it have anti-reflective coating? I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Water resistance rating on this watch, as it says on the dial, is 300 meters, and inside it has NH35A movement and 120 click bezel. First of all, I want to give you a little overview of this watch, before I get into details and quality control inspections. So the reason why I bought this watch is because I wanted to find something new and not really seen on YouTube yet. So I came across this brand on AliExpress. I checked their shop, and you know what, there are plenty of watches that really look really nice. According to my taste, most of their watches look really nice. I really like what they are doing considering their designs. So I wanted to test out their latest watch, which is this one. That's the reason why I bought it. And also I kind of like the design. I think it's pretty good looking watch, pretty good looking watch. Also the design of this bracelet is my favorite. This is my favorite design for the bracelet, except I missed one important specification. It is 22 millimeters. I wouldn't have bought it, I thought it's 20, so I'm gonna try this watch on many different straps and gonna have a lot of fun, because this looks like that kind of a watch that would look like a lot of fun on different custom straps. So right now I'm stuck with this bracelet because I just don't have any 22 millimeter straps, and the bracelet on this watch is, well, a little bit sharpish. I tried wearing this watch for a full day, and it does leave indentations on my skin, sadly, so edges aren't really that nice, so that's a little bit disappointing. Another thing, on their listing they say that this is a ceramic bezel insert, but according to my inspection it does shine and feel and look pretty much like aluminum insert. I don't really know how to check it really, but at least according to my inspection it does look like aluminum insert, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's how this ceramic insert looks like on this watch. I don't know about that. Now another thing which I found a little bit disappointing somehow, especially, I bought this watch with AliExpress provided money, so it's fine. AliExpress, thank you for that. Thank you for opportunity that I can try out new brands like this watch. But the thing is, I paid 140 euros for this watch, which is quite a lot, so my expectations are quite high. And even, well, right now I see this watch is going for around 120 euros, which is a little bit better, but still a little bit prices. So still, my expectations are rather high for this watch. So first thing which kinda disappointed me is that, I don't know if you can see that, but Lume on hands and indexes is actually a different color a little bit. So hands are completely white and indexes are a little bit yellowish. They have a little bit yellowish tint. So this mismatch is rather noticeable on the sunlight, in the daylight, and does look rather cheapish. This kind of mismatch of color hands versus indexes, I wouldn't say anything, you know, at 50 euros, 60 euros. But 140 euros, 120 euros, I'm sorry, that's a major technical flaw in my opinion. Yeah, and the lume on this watch, well, on indexes it does last till the morning, I have tried it, but on hands it's a little bit weak. So that's also quite disappointing, because considering this price point you can buy a watch from something like Adidas Dive and you're gonna get crazy good lume. But this watch just doesn't have that. I will later on in the video show you the lume on this watch, the comparison to Adidas Dive watches and such. Anyway, next thing that I don't like is the crown design. Even though the crown itself is rather nice, it's kinda grippy, but it's small and these crown guards are getting a little bit in the way. Not a major flaw, it does remind me a little bit Orient Ray 2. This is not as bad as on Orient Ray 2, but it's still, I kinda wish it just wouldn't have those crown guards and would have just a normal big crown. Well, that would be nice. Now another thing is the sapphire crystal. On this price point I would expect to have sapphire crystal, which, well, not only looks amazing but has rather decent anti-reflective coating, you know, especially when brands like, well, some brands on AliExpress, quite a lot of brands, provide you with very good sapphire crystal for this price point. But this one is just a flat sapphire crystal, and does it have anti-reflective coating? I'm not sure about that, because on some angles it is very clear. It looks like there is no crystal in between you and the dial. The dial looks naked, you know, it has very good clarity. But considering reflections, I don't know, it doesn't look like it has any kind of anti-reflective coating, so that's kind of a little bit disappointing, to be honest with you. Now, another thing, the clasp for this price point also, I'm not sure. It's a good clasp, you know. The clasp itself is not sharp. The middle portion is milled, as you can see. It's not really sharp. I wouldn't call it sharp. It's alright. But the outer shelf is just pressed metal. I don't know. Not impressed, but it's okay. At least it's not some kind of thick and chunky clasp. It's a pretty slim. It's a good clasp. So anyway, what else can I quickly tell you in this short summary? The finishing on the case is wonderful. Very good finishing on the case. The looks overall on the watch, how it looks in the wild, you know, in person, it's actually a nice looking watch, as long as you don't notice that hands are completely white and indexes are not so much. Well, but generally speaking, considering the price point, I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you. One thing that I also want to mention real quick, the bezel action on this watch, I give it 10 out of 10. Absolute perfection. Alignment, the stiffness, the precision, the bezel on this watch is easy 10 out of 10, absolutely perfect. Okay, now for those people who are still watching, let's get a little bit more into details and do quality checks and so on. So the bracelet on this watch is solid and links are solid, links are connected with pins. It does look rather nice. Well, I like this design. Okay, for me personally, this is nice bracelet. What I don't like is that it doesn't taper down. Not only it is 22 millimeters width, but also it doesn't taper down. I kind of wish it would taper down. It would look a little bit more elegant. Articulation is great. Articulation is good. The downside is that edges are a little bit sharpish, and when I wear this watch throughout the day, it does have tendency to leave indentations on my skin, so that's not very good. The clasp has 3 micro adjustments. The shelf is folded metal. It's not sharp, it's fine. The inside is milled, it's fine, it's not sharp, so it's okay. The fitment of end links inside lugs is perfect, absolutely zero free play, no gaps whatsoever. The fitment is good, and the first, as you can see, first link is actually fixed in place. I don't really like it. I kind of wish it was free to move around. For me personally, I like it when the links are free to move, but well, that's how it is on this watch. The articulation is great though. Now a little bit more about the bezel. I wanna give you a good look. It's nicely finished, and in specifications they say it's a ceramic insert, but I bet you it's not. I bet you it's metal insert. I don't know. I have seen enough bezels and I can tell you that this one, I highly doubt it's ceramic. Anyway, enough about that. The action is perfect, alignment is perfect. The action is actually a little bit towards the stiff side of things. It's rather stiff bezel. It's not something that you would use like some kind of fidgeting toy, because it is a little bit too stiff for that. But that also means that this bezel is actually perfect for timing things. You set it and it's gonna stay there because it's a stiff bezel. That's nice. So over time, of course, it's gonna loosen up a little bit, but I like that it's actually very reliable as a timing thing, you know. Alignment is perfect, does not have any free play whatsoever, no springy action back either. It's perfect. Bezel on this watch gets 10 out of 10 from me. Let me show you the crown on this watch. It has this engraving. Now let's test how it feels like. It's a screw down crown, and it's not terrible, you know. Those crown guards do get a little bit in the way, but the crown itself is rather grippy. It's not sharp. It feels nicely finished, and those crown guards, they're nicely rounded up top and bottom. They're nicely rounded up top and bottom, so it doesn't feel unpleasant, you know. It doesn't feel unpleasant. It just gets a little bit in the way. It's just minor inconvenience, you know. Now let's check the alignment. So winding up this watch is great, you know. It's an H35 movement inside, no surprises. Setting the time is also great, slow, very precise. Now let's see the alignment on 6. How is it? Alignment is great. Now how far from the midnight it is going to flip the date? So 11:30, 11:45. So yeah, basically 11 minutes till midnight. Not a great result, but well, not terrible either. So let's push the crown back in, screws back in place, no problem. Generally speaking, the crown is good. It's just, you know, my personal preference is that I would like it not have any crown guards and be a little bit bigger. Finishing off this case is very, very nice, very smooth, no sharp edges whatsoever. It is all fully polished out, and I like that every edge, every corner is very nicely rounded up. There are no sharp transitions. This thing feels just nice to touch. Not only looks nice, I like that it's not some kind of flat slob of metal. It's actually round, that it has this kind of elegant shape, I would say. This watch is 12.8 millimeters in thickness, but visually it looks like 10 maybe, you know. So that's nice about rounded up shape like that, because it visually appears to be way slimmer than it actually is. So that's really nice. The polishing on this watch, you know, I'm not expert in that, but there is nothing to complain about really. It looks all very, very nice. So yeah, finishing on the case is really, really good. Even inside lugs it's polished out, as you can see. Sorry for the smudges. So even inside lugs is polished out. Yeah, very, very nicely finished case. Absolutely nothing to complain. Very nicely done. I like the shape, I like the proportions, I like the finishing. Nothing to complain about. The watch is fully wound. Let's see how well it runs. +1 second, that's great result. Now let's flip it over. Wow, I'm amazed. 0. Nice. Now crown facing down. -6 seconds. Considering this is NH35 inside, I would say that results are actually pretty good in comparison. Let me give you a better look of the dial on this watch. Let's zoom in a little. So it's black matte finish dial. It has chaptering, which is, as I can see, perfectly aligned, and generally speaking I don't see any imperfections, you know, no dust, no fingerprints, no misalignments. Everything seems nicely done. It's just a little bit disappointing to see that hands are white while indexes are a little bit off-white. Yeah, but I already told you about that. Other than that, I would say it's, well, it's a nice watch. Okay, it's a nice watch. It's a pretty watch. I like watches like this one. You know, nothing too extreme, nothing, you know, too much. It's just a simple, very nicely proportioned, nice watch. And those hands as well. Hands look pretty good. You know what? Let's zoom in a little bit more, perhaps. Let's see what I can show you. Well, the crystal is blowing out quite a bit, so it's a little bit difficult to show you those hands. But they do look nice. I don't see any imperfections, to be honest. Well, at least looking through the camera screen, that is. I like the size, the proportions. It's nice. It's nice. Nothing to complain about. Now, you know what? Let's try a little bit different lighting conditions, how it looks like. You know, on some angles this crystal just disappears. It looks like this crystal is not even there. So it has very good clarity at some angles, but on some other angles it completely blows out. Anyway, let's turn off this light as well. The Lume we'll see later. The overall design of this watch, I mean, look at this shot. It would be a very nice picture. It would be like a thumbnail. It's a nice looking thing, you know, after all. Nice looking thing. I'm just not sure about the price point, you know. For this price point I kind of would expect a little bit more, you know. But I would say if you get this watch, if you really want it, and if you get this watch for less than 100 euros, I would say it's not bad. The specifications are good, the watch is nice. It's not bad if you get for less than, let's say, 100 euros. You know, I'm not an expert, you know, come on, I'm not an expert. Don't quote me on those things, but it's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Everything I say is just my opinion. Let's play a little bit more with the light. How about now? You know, it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing, I'll give you that. This watch is actually nice. Yeah, this bracelet is nice, the watch is nice. And you know what, let's do a little bit of Lume comparison. For the Lume comparison, I will use my daily watch, this beautiful Adidas dial which I wear on this crazy horse leather strap, which you can find on my website. I worn this watch basically a full week right now on this strap. It's amazing. It's super comfortable and super beautiful. Anyway, let's compare the Lume on these watches. Don't forget that this Adidas dial is actually roughly 3 times cheaper than this TopHill watch. So initially it doesn't look bad, you know, but you can probably already notice that hands on this TopHill aren't really that strong. And we are comparing blue Lume versus green. So blue Lume always initially appears not as strong as the green one, you know, but green one tends to fade away sooner than the blue one. Blue one somehow, especially on Adidas dial watches, tends to last throughout the night, you know, easily. And this, yeah, that makes me a little bit unhappy. You know, it's a tool watch, diving style watch, more than 100 euros, yet hands are not that great in a dark. Yeah, well, you can see them, okay, they work. But what disappoints me is that there is a difference between hands and indexes. In real life, it's a little bit more noticeable than on camera, you know. But anyway, I mean, oh boy, look at this Adis. This Adis dive, like instant love. I took this watch out of the box and that's it. Fallen in love with this watch. Such an awesome looking thing, man. Slim, sleek. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you very many nice things about this watch when I'm gonna do a review about this watch. How is the Lume holding up? Yeah, quickly fading. So what can I tell you for the ending of this video? Will I buy more TopHill watches? No. Thank you for watching, have a nice day. Goodbye. While making video on this watch, I received few packages, so you know what, just for fun, let's do unboxing at the end of this video. Because it has big numbers and I know that this kind of thing is rather important for many people. I really like the idea of this design. I mean, it looks a little bit like a smartwatch, not a little bit, quite a lot. But you don't need to charge it, the display is always on. Oh, that's a nice watch, man. That's a nice watch. Nice watch, and this one is the smaller version. How the size is looking like. Oh, this one is just perfect. This one is just perfect. Yeah, you know what? I like the small one as well. Nice. And very nice strap, very soft, very flexible. Plastic, let's peel it off. Fresh, completely fresh SKMI. Oh, I love the design. Absolutely love the design of this SKMI. And the dial looks really nice. Wow. Oh boy, this watch is nice. Oh, really? I bet my mom is gonna love this watch. She likes watches with white dials. And this definitely looks very nice. Wow. Wow, really good looking watch. I just wanted to include this watch in the overall comparison. I can already see it looks a little bit different because of the shape of the case. It's a little bit rounded up. Yeah, okay, the strap though, oh wow, that's not very nice though. I can already tell you I like this one. The strap feels wonderful, simply wonderful. Wow, wow, this strap is so nice, slippery silicone kind of a strap. A little bit elastic. Wow, this is nice, Wow, really nice feeling strap. I mean, some straps of this quality cost the same as this whole watch with the strap. I mean, that's a good deal. And just look at this beauty. Wow, man, this thing is really lovely. Yeah, I bought quite a bunch of rectangular watches. I really wanna find the best one for the price from AliExpress. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Just look at this thing. Oh, the strap feels actually great on this watch. This is very cheap watch, by the way. The strap feels great. Oh yes. Oh yeah, this is nice. Instantly like it. I'm surprised. This is nice. The strap and the proportions, everything. Also, the seam strap feels wonderful. Oh boy, the watch is so nice. So nice. You know what? I like them both very much. I like the contrast, you know, white and blue. But also this looks very classy. Oh yeah, you know what? For these I'm gonna put links in the description of this video. Nice box. What do we have inside? Oh, this is the most expensive rectangular watch out of the bunch. Oh, this is nice watch, man. Oh, this is nice little watch. Nice little watch. Well, very fancy looking one. Instantly has oval shape. That's nice. It's not as super soft. It's not as soft as the previous watches, but it's slim. It's rather flexible. It does look nice. I'm gonna do separate videos on screen watches and one big video with all of these rectangular watches where I'm gonna compare next to each other. I'm gonna test drive them a little bit off camera before making the video to see what's up, you know, how are they behaving. Anyway, hope that wasn't too boring to watch. Thank you for watching, and thank you AliExpress for sponsoring my channel. Goodbye.